Surah 26, Surat Shu'ara. And I believe the poets, well, the poets is something that you can't attribute to the prophets, because that word means that you'd have to find something that is for style and it doesn't change the meaning. Okay, there's no H. And out of the this has the second most number of ayat. Al-Baqarah having the most. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. Qasim. These are the signs of the book that makes clear. Maybe thou art grieving thyself overmuch that they are not becoming believers. Didn't we so will that we could send down upon them a sign from heaven, to which their necks would become humble? Yet no renewed reminder from the Merciful comes to him, but they are turning from it. Thus we have counted the message false, but there will anon come to them the news of that which they have been making mock. Is it that they have not looked at the earth, and how much we cause to grow therein of every noble species? Truly, in that is a sign, but the majority of them are not believers. Yet thy Lord, indeed, he is the sublime, the compassionate. Now when his Lord summoned Moses, saying, Go to the people, the wrongdoers, the people of Pharaoh, will they not show piety? He said, O my Lord, I fear indeed that they will count me false. Moreover, my breast is straitened, and my tongue moves not freely. So send to Aaron. Also they have a crime they are holding against me, so I am afraid that they may kill me. He said, Nay, not so. Go both of you with our signs. We shall be with you hearkening. So go both of you to Pharaoh, and say, We are messengers from the Lord of mankind. Send forth with us the children of Israel. Pharaoh said, Did we not rear thee with us as a child? Indeed, thou hast passed years of thy life amongst us. And hast thou not done that deed of thine which thou didst? Thus thou art one of the ungrateful, said he. I did it at a time when I was one of the erring, so I fled from you, Egyptians, when I was afraid of you. But my Lord gave me wisdom, and made me one of the envoys. And what a favor that is thou bestowest on me, in that thou hast enslaved the children of Israel, said Pharaoh. And what is this title, Lord of mankind? He said, He is Lord of the heavens and the earth, and what is between them both, if ye are those who form right judgment. Said Pharaoh to those who were around him, Do ye not hearken? Said Moses, Your Lord and the Lord of your fathers of former times. Said Pharaoh, Assuredly your messenger who has been sent to you is jinn possessed. Said Moses, Lord of the east and of the west, and of what is between them both, if ye are intelligent. Said Pharaoh, As sure as thou takest another deity instead of me, I shall appoint thee to be among the imprisoned. Said Moses, But what if I bring thee something which makes the matter clear? Said Pharaoh, Come along with it then, if thou art of those who speak the truth. So he cast down his staff, and behold, it was a manifest serpent. Also he drew forth his hand from his bosom, and behold, it was white to the beholders. Said Pharaoh to the council around him, This fellow is indeed a knowing sorcerer, who wants to drive you out from your land by his sorcery. So what orders would you give? They said, put him and his brother off a while, and send into the city those who will assemble, and bring to you every knowing expert in sorcery. So the sorcerers were gathered together for the appointment of a day that had been fixed. Also the people were asked, are ye going to assemble? They answered, maybe we should follow the sorcerers, if they are the ones who overcome. When the sorcerers came, they said to Pharaoh, is it that we shall have a reward, and should we be those who overcome? Said he, yea, and in that case ye shall be those who draw near to me. Moses said to them, cast down what ye were going to cast down. So they cast down their ropes and their staves. And they said, by the greatness of Pharaoh, we shall be those who overcome. Then Moses cast down his staff, and behold, it swallowed up what they were falsely devising. So the sorcerers cast themselves down, doing obeisance. And they said, we believe in the Lord of mankind, the Lord of Moses and Aaron. Said Pharaoh, is it that ye have believed in him before I have given you permission? Verily he is your chief, who has taught you sorcery. So ere long ye will know, for I shall assuredly cut off your hands and your feet on opposite sides, and I shall crucify the lot of you. And they said, no harm. We are turning to our Lord. Indeed, we earnestly desire that our Lord will forgive us our sins now that we have become the first believers. Then we spoke by revelation to Moses, saying, go forth by night with my servants, for ye will surely be followed. Then Pharaoh sent unto the cities those who would assemble troops. And they said, lo, these are but a small band, few in number, even though they are enraged at us, but we are quite a band on our guard. And thus we brought them forth from the land of gardens and fountains and pleasures and a noble estate. And thus it was, and we gave them as an inheritance to the children of Israel. But the Egyptians followed them, setting up at sunrise. And when the two hosts saw one another, the companions of Moses said, we are surely overtaken. Said he, nay, not so. Truly my Lord is with me. He will guide me. So we spoke by revelation to Moses, saying, smite the sea with thy staff. And it was split asunder, so that each part was like a great mountain. And there we brought along the others. We saved Moses and all those who were with him, and then we drowned the others. Truly in that there is a sign for the Meccans, but the majority of them have not become believers. Yet thy Lord indeed, he is the sublime, the compassionate. So recite the story of Abraham, when he said to his father and to his people, what are ye worshipping? And they said, we worship idols, and we maintain constant devotion to them. Said he, and do they hear you when ye call upon them, or do they do you either benefit or harm? They said, nay, but we found our fathers acting thus. Said he, have ye ever thought about what it is ye are worshipping? Ye and your fathers of earlier times, they indeed are an enemy to me, save the Lord of mankind, who created me. For it is he who guides me, and he it is who gives me food and drink. And when I am sick, then he heals me, and then he it is who will cause me to die, and then bring me to life, and who I earnestly desire I may forgive, and who I earnestly desire may forgive me my sins on the day of judgment. O my Lord, grant me wisdom, and join me up with the righteous, and appoint for me a tongue of truth among the latter peoples, and appoint me among those who inherit the garden of delight. And forgive my father, for he was one of those who went astray, and put me not to shame on the day men are raised, a day when wealth will not profit one, nor children, save such as come to Allah with a sound heart, a day when the garden has been brought near to the pious, while al-Jahim has been made visible to those who have been beguiled, while the hellfire has been made visible to those who have been beguiled. Then to them it will be said, where is that which ye were worshipping instead of Allah? Are they giving you any aid? Are they aiding themselves? Then into it they will be thrown headlong, they and those who have been beguiled, and all the host of Iblis. Men will say, while they are therein wrangling with one another, by Allah, we were indeed in manifest error when we put you on an equality with the Lord of mankind. It was none but the sinners led us astray. So now we have no intercessors, nor any warm friend. Would that we might have another chance, so that we might be among the believers. Truly in that there is a sign for the Meccans, but the major part of them have not become believers. And yet thy Lord, he is the sublime, the compassionate. The people of Noah counted the envoys false, when their brother Noah said to them, will ye not be pious? I indeed am a faithful messenger to you. So shew piety towards the law and obey me. I am asking of you no reward for it. My reward depends solely on the Lord of mankind. So shew piety towards the law and obey me. Said they, are we to believe in thee when only the vilest folk follow thee? Said he, but what knowledge do I have of what they were doing? Their accounting is with none but my Lord. Would that ye could perceive this, for I am not going to turn believers away. I am nothing but a warner, who makes clear. They said, if thou dost not put an end to this, O Noah, thou wilt assuredly be one of the stoned. He said, O my Lord, my people have counted me false, so open thou an opening between me and them, and rescue me, and with those who believe. So we did rescue him, and those with him, in the full-laden ark. Then afterwards we drowned those who remained. Truly in that there is a sign for the Meccans, but the major part of them have not become believers. Yet thy Lord, indeed, he is the sublime, the compassionate. Ad counted the envoys false, when their brother Hud said to them, will ye not be pious? I indeed am a faithful messenger to you, so shew piety towards Allah and obey me. I am asking of you no reward for it. My reward depends solely on the Lord of mankind. Do you build on every height a landmark, amusing yourselves, and do you take for yourselves huge structures wherein maybe ye may long abide, and whenever ye make an onslaught, ye make onslaught as though ye were giants. Shew piety towards Allah and obey me, and shew piety towards him who caused you to abound in that wherever you know. He caused you to abound in cattle and in children and gardens and fountains. Truly I fear for you the punishment of a mighty day. Said they, it is the same to us whether thou hast preached or thou hast not been one of the preachers. This is not but some creation of the ancients, and we are not those who will be punished. Thus they counted him false, and we destroyed them. Truly in that there is a sign for the Meccans, but the major part of them have not become believers. Yet thy Lord, indeed, he is the sublime, the compassionate. Thamud counted the envoys false, when their brother Saleh said to them, will ye not be pious? I indeed am a faithful messenger to you, so shew piety towards Allah and obey me. I am asking you no reward for it. My reward depends solely on the Lord of mankind. Will ye be left in the midst of what is here secure, amidst gardens and fountains and cultivated fields and palm trees, whose spathes are thinly smooth? And will ye hew out of house, and will ye hew out houses for yourselves from among the mountains, working cleverly? Show piety towards Allah and obey me, and obey not the bidding of those who go to excess, who cause corruption in the land instead of working reform. Said they, Thou art only one of the ensorcelled. Thou art not but a man like us, so produce a sign if thou art one of those who speak the truth. He said, This is a she-camel I have produced. She shall have a drink, and ye shall have a drink on a settled day. So touch her not with evil intent, lest there overtake you the punishment of a mighty day. But they hamstrung her, and rose in the morning penitent. But the punishment overtook them. Truly in that there is a sign for the Meccans, but the major part of them have not become believers. Yet thy Lord, indeed, he is the sublime, the compassionate. And the people of Lot counted the envoys false, when their brother Lot said to them, Will ye not be pious? I indeed am a faithful messenger to you, so shew piety towards Allah and obey me. I am asking you no reward for it. My reward depends wholly on the Lord of mankind. Do ye come at the males among mankind, and leave what your Lord created for you, namely your spouses? Nay, but ye are wicked people. Said they, If thou didst not put an end to this, O Lot, thou wilt surely be one of the banished. He said, Truly I am one of those who abhor your doings. O my Lord, save me and my household from what they are doing. So we rescued him and his household, all of them, save an old woman among those who tarried. Then we destroyed the rest, for we rained upon them a rain, and evil was the rain for those who had been mourned. Truly in that there is a sign for the Meccans, but the major part of them have not become believers. Yet thy Lord, indeed, he is the sublime, the compassionate. The people of the grove counted the envoys false, when Shu'aib said to them, Will ye not be pious? I indeed am a faithful messenger to you, so shew piety towards Allah, and obey me. I am asking you no reward for it. My reward depends solely on the Lord of mankind. Give full measure, and be not of those who cause loss to others. So do your weighing with a true balance, and defraud not men of their substance, and do not do evil in the land, causing corruption, but shew piety towards him who created you and the multitudes of ancient times. Said they, Thou art only one of the ensorcelled, thou art only a man like us, and truly we think thee one of the liars. So make some segments of the sky fall down on us, if thou art of those who speak the truth. He said, My Lord knows best about what ye are doing. So they counted him false, and there overtook them the punishment of a day, of the overshadowing cloud. Verily, it was the punishment of a mighty day. Truly in that there is a sign for the Meccans, but the major part of them have not become believers. Yet thy Lord, indeed, he is the sublime, the compassionate. Now this message is indeed a revelation from the Lord of mankind. The faithful Spirit came down with it upon thy heart, that thou mightest be one of those who warn. It has been sent down in clear Arabic speech, and indeed it is in the books of the former peoples. Was it not a sign to them that the divines of the children of Israel recognize it? Had we sent it down upon one of the foreigners, and he had recited it to them, they would not have been believing in it. Thus we have made a way for it in the hearts of sinners. They will not believe in it until they see the painful punishment, for it will come on them suddenly, while they are not aware, so that they will say, Are we to be respited? Is it that they are seeking to hasten our punishment? Hast thou given thought, if we have given them enjoyment for years, and then there comes to them that which they were promised, what they have been enjoining avail them? We have not destroyed any city, but it has had those who gave warning, as a reminder, and we have not been wrongdoers. The Satans did not come down with it. It was not befitting for them, nor were they able. They indeed are far removed from hearing it, so do not call on any other deity along with Allah, lest thou be among those to be punished, but warn thy kindred, who are the nearest, and lower thy wing to whosoever of the believers may follow thee. Then if they oppose thee, say, I indeed am innocent of what ye do, and rely upon the Sublime, the Compassionate, who sees thee when thou standest, and sees thee turning thyself among those who are prostrating themselves in obeisance. He indeed is the one who hears and knows. Shall I inform you, Meccans, upon whom the Satans come down? They come down upon every wicked liar. They impart what they hear, but the majority of them are liars. And the poets, those who are beguiled, follow them. Dost thou not see that in every valley they wander, love distraught, and that they say what they do not do, save those who believe and work righteous works, and make much mention of Allah, and who make their defense after they have been wronged. Also those who do wrong will know anon with what an upsetting they will be upset. And so it's important to remember that the Quran does not say that Moses split the Red Sea and the water flowed out and then there was a gap. But so 26. Remember that the poets hey, what you come up with, practice that. Your art. Don't make it a waste of time. Don't use it to replace religion. The sources of religion, certainly there's religious poetry. What your family does, your parents, your ancestors, your general society, that's not justification for you to do it yourself. It's up to us to consider. And all these modern prophets, all these supposed modern prophets who want money, who want the reward of the people that sit around in their chair and go, yeah, listen to them greet me. The reward from God, from the correct beliefs, from the correct actions. Indeed, the grace of experience. Hope from it, from the actual God.